good. So we'll get going
Okay.
here because we're at 7:02. Hi, Patrick.
Hey
Patrick,
guys,
can you
good
hear
to see
us?
everyone. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thanks for joining on this hot, muggy Thursday. I'll call the meeting to order. And I don't think Catherine had submitted minutes. I didn't see any, and she couldn't join tonight, so I guess we can't ask her. But maybe we'll follow up on her with the meeting minutes for the next meeting. I'll make a action item for that. Follow up with Catherine regarding minutes. So I know we're starting late. We usually start at like 6:30, but we're starting at 7 tonight, because I had a conflict. So I'm thinking we're gonna do election of officers tonight, so maybe we'll scoot that up after the first cemetery updates, and just so we don't stay too late. Yeah, and just because sometimes we'll see how that goes, because there's a couple other things we need to discuss after that. So so the first item on the agenda is the treasurer's report. I don't know if Joan, you had any updates?
No
Same?
updates, everything remains the same. I really don't know, but I don't think we had any expenditures. So it should be the
I
same.
spent any money in
Yeah.
a year, so.
Because
Okay.
the town accountant occasionally sends us an update.
Yeah,
This month it was, I don't know, some different kind of things he sent us updates about, but he didn't have expenditures and whatever.
Okay. Sometimes it seems like it's pulling teeth to get him to
Yes,
respond.
yes, it is.
Okay. All right. So that's good. I checked the historical commission mailbox and I didn't see any updates in there. So, the other thing is the West Upton Visioning Center. Visioning process. I had reached out to Mike Antonellis, last week to ask him where we are with that. And he said that they're pretty much done with that process, but they're gonna have a presentation for the select board at the next meeting, which is June 16th. So that's next Tuesday.
Were we gonna go to that meeting for some reason? I have it on my calendar, something I'm supposed to be at. Or is that for the society maybe?
Maybe for the society, I don't know anything specifically for this.
Yeah, I think maybe they're going about going downstairs and.
Oh, that's right, because I think they brought that up at the last select board meeting, yeah.
Mm.
So that'll be great. How is that going?
Nothing is moving forward, we're still upstairs and we're squinched in.
What do you think? I don't see any obstacles to
I
moving.
don't see why it can't happen and.
And the
it's
select board
unfortunate
approved it,
that
right?
it's been, it's unfortunate that everything takes so terribly
I
long.
thought the select board already approved that last year. Did they not?
No, it's my
Yeah, but,
understanding.
you know how fast things happen, Ed. They have to renovate that bathroom and
That was the obstacle.
that's the
But
obstacle.
Mike Antonellis applied for a grant for that.
Right,
So,
you know how fast those come through,
right.
right?
So we can't move downstairs until we get the grant approved.
Yeah, but there've been words about ways that we could move downstairs without it being completed.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you can get it set up. You just can't have the
Porta
public.
party outside. or something.
Oh,
No. That was not,
Oh.
no.
Oh, okay, that's not enough.
That's,
Just.
Just being funny.
The library put out, 2 years ago, out of the
Yep.
Milton Mystique.
oh, 2 years? Are you
That building-
kidding? It was like 7 years,
No. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
They moved out,
way longer.
leaving the building empty except for the Historical Society Museum that's upstairs. So the Historical Society has asked the select board, can we move downstairs, which is a slightly bigger space, more accessible, and take over the building? And the answer was yes, but not terribly officially yes, and renovate the downstairs bathroom?
Yes,
For ADA compliance.
ADA.
Well, you have a $50,000 ramp that's never been used.
Right. It'd be nice to break that in.
Yeah.
And that got put in 2 years before they moved out, I believe, so, or a year maybe.
No, I think it was after they moved out.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was after they
They,
moved out.
they had the funding and approval and everything, so might as well do it.
Yeah, road to nowhere. So- So we have that.
Maybe it was 6 or 7 years ago.
Have you
Doors,
ever
the
been over
doorway
there
won't widen up.
to the museum?
Yeah, I moved to
Yeah, that's
Upton in 23 and
Yeah, it
I
is here.
pit stopped up there so I could learn about my house.
Oh, and your house is,
101 High on High Street, and it's in 1850.
is it
Oh,
one of
really?
those Stoddard houses?
It's close to Stoddard. It's Asa Parmenter.
Huh,
Yeah, so I figured this would be a good way to learn about the town and all
Yeah.
the things. And we've been renovating our bathroom since December. It was a 2.5 week project, so I understand. It's still going.
It's triple it if the town's involved.
Yeah, oh boy.
okay, moving along.
Okay, so yeah, so West Upton, Joan will fall asleep if we stay too late. So, yeah, so next Tuesday, or this coming Tuesday, I should say, is the West Upton visioning thing, if anybody's interested in that. Select Board will be talking about it. And then, the next item on the agenda is our bids for headstones for First Cemetery. So did you have any updates for that, Ed?
Yeah, 5 and 6 is all one discussion. There's no update on the cemetery. I reported last month, the restoration of the cemetery has been finished, except for the bid for replacing 24 headstones, getting 24 head and foot stones recarved and replaced. The bid is moving forward. Mr. Westgate started working on that last week, and I believe, although I don't have it confirmed, that he has found an individual with experience that's going to make the minor revisions to the bid language that he wants, and to manage the bid process, which means recording everyone that asked for a bid and every question that gets asked, and there's a process of answering questions.
So what,
All that good
what are
stuff.
we looking for funding? We're going out to bid, who's?
We have funding from the CPC,
Oh, okay,
125,000. We've spent about, I don't have the exact number, 27,000 on gate, sign, trees, tree removal. Tree removal was the biggest piece of it so far, but the stones, I'm anticipating between 65 and 85,000, but who knows once the bid goes out what that number will actually be. There's only 95 or 6,000 remaining of the 125,000, so that's the limit. And I have asked, and I thought I'd be rejected, but I have asked that the bid includes a list of all the stones and that the bidders must bid each stone individually.
Mhm.
And they must bid both the cost of producing the stone as a number and the cost of installing the stone as a separate number.
Mhm.
So that if we
Now-
have to take a stone or two out of the bid, if it exceeds the money we have, or if we decide that some stones we want to install ourselves, we could save a little money.
so most of the stones are will replicate what was there, if we know what the original stone.
Every stone in the bid has the original script, because where script
Script.
was missing, it
But,
was in the 1903 reading of the cemetery. I was able to recover the reading of a couple of stones that don't exist today.
nice. And what about the shapes of the stones?
The request in the bid is that they match shape and script
Mhm.
as closely as possible.
So they won't be all the same in
No.
shape?
No.
Because,
No, there are, I don't remember the number, there are 3 or 4 stones where I have taken somebody else's stone and put it on that page and said, I want this script, but I want you to match this style.
uh-huh,
Where the stones don't exist and we don't know what they look like.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
like a wife's stone that's missing or a husband's stone that's missing, Thomas Webster Senior is missing. Other than those 2 little fragments that tell us it's his stone. So I put his wife's stone there and said, match the wife's
Yeah.
style
Yeah,
and
right. Well, that's,
flowery carving, whatever.
Mhm.
So what I don't know, and what I'm not too uptight about, is I don't know how exactly they can match the stones. at a reasonable cost. Because I do know the conversation I had with the lady in Situate, Rhode Island. She started the conversation on the first phone call with, each of these stones is gonna cost between $10,000 and $20,000 each if I match them and carve them. And I said, well, I would never recommend the town of Upton spend that kind of money.
No,
So what I don't know, and I have a paragraph in the bid that asks the bidder to describe the process they will use to produce the stone at the cost they're bidding. Whether Dennis changes some of that language in the next week, I hope not, but that is in there such that if Whitensville Monument Works quotes the stones, and he's said right along that he will quote the stones, I believe it will be the conventional sandblasting process they use today to put dates on stones.
yeah,
So how much of that design can be recreated in that fashion, I don't know.
Mm.
And I'm not terribly hung up on that. I'm more
You know-
on, I don't want to spend more than $3,000 or $4,000 a stone. They're replicas. They don't have to be exactly match the original.
the carving might be really sharp.
Yeah.
And that would be different than.
There is a statement in the quote that I added that all stones must have rounded edges, because there's not a stone in that cemetery that's, been cut and square.
Yeah.
So,
And they're not going to be big fat stones, they're going to be,
2.5 to 3.5 inches
2.5
thick
to
is what's in there, and they can be either slate or dull gray granite.
Mhm.
Anticipating they will all be dull gray granite because the slate is way too expensive.
Mhm.
It's all imported from England. Any slate that's used here. Apparently, there's no one in this country producing quality slate, so
Hmm.
at least that's from two of the bidders. Whiteville Monument Works told me that, and the guy in Connecticut told me that. He says it's imported from England. And with tariffs and costs and fuel, God only knows. So
crazy, yeah.
all the granite. or
No, I think
most of
the
it-
granite's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I mean.
And
it's-
every existing
color.
stone that can be salvaged will be mounted behind the new stone,
Uh-huh,
words out. So you'll be able to stand in front of the new stone and read it just like it was the old stone. And then if you walk around it, if it can be, I will mount the old stone so you can read what's left of it.
uh-huh.
That's the only solution to what do you do with the old stones. So, and the rest are, how many pieces are in there that I don't know whether we'll just leave them behind the stones forever and.
Yeah.
Or not.
What was his guy that fixed the stones?
Dave,
Dave, he said, have a burial plot over in the corner for old stones, just put them over and.
I did that.
Together,
I put 2 pieces of stone over in that far corner and they're gone.
they are.
Yep.
Wow,
And they were there 4 weeks ago. I went over 2 weeks ago and So-
that's who took your book?
One of those.
so we are required that the full commission vote on accepting the bid so the bid can go forward.
Okay.
So I will make a motion that the historical commission will support the bid as written with the possibility of minor wording modifications to support replacing 24 head and foot stones at Old First Cemetery.
No, second it.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Is Patrick
Carries. Oh, Patrick.
still there?
Patrick, are you still on the line? Yeah, maybe he went to the bathroom or something.
Doesn't that icon stay up there if he's still on the line?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. Hey, Patrick, are you there? Well, we have a majority at least.
Okay.
Where is the first cemetery located?
You know where Friendly Fire paintball field is?
Yes.
Right there.
Oh, like,
You drive up that gravel road. At the end of it, you take a right to go into Friendly Fire. Right there on the left, it's the cemetery.
oh,
Right before you take the turn. That roadway is town property.
I thought that was public or private.
Nope,
I'll have to check it out.
that is
Yeah,
where the
check
town
it out.
of Upton
Really
began.
neat.
We have bug spray.
Oh, yes.
I was over there this morning and I watered all of our trees and shrubs, so.
Good.
So my only question would be, if you're thinking about resigning, is there any action items for us as the historical commission going forward for this? If the vote just passed, so,
I will continue to support this project until this project is complete,
okay.
or until I'm one of the stones there.
Okay, sounds good. If there's anything we need to do, just let us know.
If there certainly is, I'll come to a meeting or I'll.
Okay.
You know, but
Okay, cool.
that's why I find kind of desperate to get this bid out and done
Right.
before. Because as I've said, this is my last meeting. I'm not gonna ask for reappointment. 4 years. 4 years on the commission. I'm going back to the cemetery commission next Tuesday. They're gonna appoint me next Tuesday night, so.
Correct.
Go back and support that, and I will support whatever you guys need going forward, so.
Okay, well, you've done a lot in these past 4 years, the Grange and the cemetery. Yep.
Round little club. Yeah.
People love trying to salvage what's historic in this town.
Yeah,
Mm.
yep, you got a lot done. More than I could ever do.
As a side note, I had a conversation with Mr. Antonellis last week.
Okay,
I was town clerk Wednesday and Thursday last week, filling in for Denise.
okay,
And he came in the office and I asked him directly, I said, how does this commission go forward trying to save our historic homes with the pressure of the building codes that appear to require people to tear their houses down and build new ones? He didn't have an answer.
it's probably a tough question, you know.
It is a tough question, but he should have some kind of an answer.
I lost track of that email list.
Where you asked John H. U.
All of a sudden it stopped. No, I was on an email list that I think you identified a year ago. Massachusetts Historic Commissions were all on that email list.
Mhm.
And I was reading people like us from every other town in the state. Hey, have you ever dealt with this situation? Have you ever dealt with that situation? And
Right.
it was a great resource for, with the building codes in Massachusetts seem to be
And-
forcing
And we're not
everyone
getting
in
those
the
anymore.
town to want to tear it down and build a new one because the code, you can't meet the codes. I'd like to hear other people's, because it's not just Upton, it's state codes
Yeah.
that we're dealing with.
Mhm.
No town creates their, well, I won't say no town, most towns don't create their own codes. The codes are all created by the state of Massachusetts.
Right.
And you have to have 2x6 construction and you can't use oil and gas heat anymore and
You can't use oil and gas. heat?
my understanding is you can't build a new home and install oil and gas. It must be electric.
Really?
State regulations, starting like a year ago.
Wow.
Which I don't understand. What do you do if the power goes out? I mean, how do you just freeze?
Well, it seems to me the only solution is
generator.
you must have solar. You must have solar, you must have electric heat, you must have solar to charge your electric car. I mean, it's a great concept, but you know, what's gonna happen to people with oil and gas heat?
Well, they're grandfathered in, right?
Yeah, well, I won't say I think the goal of Massachusetts is to have everybody on electric by 2050. That was the original goal.
Hmm.
So how do they, it's gotta be with incentives, how do they get you to off of oil and gas?
Hmm.
Unless somebody's gonna pay for electric. That didn't sound good, did it?
Hmm.
I don't have any answers to any of these, I haven't looked into them, but the question I asked Mr. Achu, who's the head of our building department, is how do we protect the historic homes in Upton if when somebody buys them, they think they have to tear it down because they can't meet the efficiency codes and who knows what other codes?
Yeah. I wonder if we should send out, like you were saying, send out an email to that listserv and see what they have any answers.
Yeah, like I say, I stopped getting emails on it about
Yeah, I don't think I need it.
7 or 8 months ago, so I don't.
All together?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
all together.
I remember getting them.
Yeah, I used to get tons of them.
I was getting 10 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Now they're stopped.
They stopped.
So you think the listserv shut down?
I don't know. Somebody changed something or.
Was-
Do you think it was through the Massachusetts Historical, like state department?
I don't know who created it.
That was my understanding. I thought it was through the
Yeah.
state. Because I think I had to email
Well, the
somebody to get
commission-
onto it.
Mass Historical Commission.
Mass Historical Commission, I guess.
Maybe I'll email the
It's
Mass
like
Historical.
CPC. I got
But
all
it,
the CPC.
it seemed to be a resource for, we're stuck with a problem. Anybody else in the state facing this problem, and what are you doing about it?
Hmm,
Just like the majority of the discussion at the time that I was getting all those emails was, we're gonna try going from a 12-month demo delay to a 24-month demo delay. So there are towns that have 18-month demo delay. There's fewer towns that have 24-month delays, but several towns said we're working on warrant articles now to go to 24-month, hoping that that's a long enough period to discourage all the realtors trying to tear all the houses down.
yeah,
They'll go away. They won't wait 24 months. They'll wait 12, buy a house, wait 12, and then tear it down and bypass us.
or it
Right.
might fall down in 12 months, right? That has happened.
The other half of the problem, I think, and I see it to an extent here in Upton, I don't know the homes that well. I would suspect you might know some a little better, maybe you, Joan. But there are a lot of our historic homes that are in a desperate state of repair, at least from the outside. And if they look like that from the outside, what do they look like?
Right, as
Some
one of our witness homes up here on North Main Street, right? As a matter of fact, my son came home a few weeks ago and he said to me, Mom, is there money for people who have historic homes to renovate them? And I said, well, there probably is, but it's not an easy thing to get. I mean,
Somebody came into the town hall when I was here last week, asking that question.
uh-huh,
And Jessica downstairs came up and asked me. And I said, I am personally not aware of grants for that purpose. I suspect there might be some, but I said contacting the Mass Cultural Resource, MACRIS, who's ever behind that, Mass Historic Commission, might be a place to start, but I think it's a question for this commission.
Hmm.
Is there anything we can do proactively,
right,
find sources of funds to allow people in historic homes to do necessary restoration work to try and preserve the homes?
mhm,
So when somebody buys it and says, well, the siding is gone and the roof is gone, and the doors and the windows are gone, and the floors are gone, and it doesn't meet code, and the heating system's gone, I mean, there's not much of a house, right?
yeah,
You have the shell that says it's 1830 or 1850 or 1880, but
that
They
particular
don't have
house
to
where,
have CPC.
that particular house we're
That'd
talking
be
about,
private.
a witness house.
but
Town meeting.
CPC doesn't allow for funding a private home.
If it performs a service to the town, maybe.
It does say it can't be a private home. What if it's, on the,
Historical home, yeah.
Well,
Historical
like the two for the Grange, that several of the members, including Paul Carey, who was running it, I don't want to support this. And the Grange was a nonprofit. And there was discussion that, private homes, absolutely not. CPC money is not allowed for private
Uh-huh.
homes. I know she's listening to all this because her house is 1850, but
yeah, right.
Help us.
but it almost seems like those are the two sides of the argument and they're intertwixt.
Hmm,
I have an old home and I can't afford to do, extensive maintenance to bring it back up to whatever it might be.
right,
And I have all these state codes that you have to meet, homeowner, and you can't get there.
hmm. Hmm. There should be some grants for that.
The only side note I discovered this past week is I'm descended from Jonathan Fairbanks. The oldest timber frame house in the United States was built by Jonathan Fairbanks, and it is in Medway. It was built in 1636, 37,
Huh,
and it is still standing. I don't know what the oldest house in Upton is.
had a lot.
Family house is 1723. And the one on Elm Street, we took that drive over last year. That was what, 1750?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so this,
That's up for sale.
when they put the new roof on,
Yeah.
Yes.
it's up for sale.
Yeah, the one on the corner,
Yeah, I heard that, yeah,
the one on the corner. of the-
52 Elm Street.
just as
It's like-
it's going,
Entrance
right
to-
in-
the
right
entrance to Kiwanis Beach,
Yes, okay, yeah,
next house up.
I was just looking at it online today.
They had a shake roof, cedar shake roof on it. which looked fine to me. Side note. And they put a steel roof on it last year.
Probably cost them a lot of money.
They said it was a lot less than replacing the cedar roof, which might.
It- I was up there the other day, but I didn't get a close look. What does the steel roof look like? Is it,
It looks like shakes, but it's blue.
oh, okay.
Is it blue?
Yeah, it's blue.
Hmm.
And I don't know how they put the roof on, because the original roof was like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They put a steel roof on it, made it look almost straight and now they're selling it. So there was a master plan there, I'll guarantee it.
Jeez.
It wasn't, let's go put a roof on it and not sell it. It was a plan there.
Yeah.
But that's what's happening. It's the same with this guy that came in and wants to tear down 7 or 8 Maple Street
Yeah.
and wouldn't tell us anything at all. And then he comes back after we reject him with, oh, I'm gonna build 2 houses on the site. And we haven't heard from him since. Did he go to the zoning board? Does anybody know anything?
I don't know. Should I follow up with him maybe? Maybe I should follow up with him and see where he's at. No?
He has to go with the planning board. So the planning board and zoning board. No, I don't.
Because I don't read the minutes of the planning or zoning or look at their agendas, but I'm sure he was in a hurry. He was gonna go right over.
But-
So
Did we agree that he could tear
No,
it down?
no.
no, we kept the 12-month delay in place until he came back with the story from the zoning board, and then it's up to you to say, okay, we'll waive the 12-month delay, or no, we're still not happy.
Right, okay, okay. Because I didn't think that we said that he could tear it down.
We almost did.
We almost did.
We almost did. And then it occurred to me was, well, why don't you go see the zoning board and come back and talk after that?
Yep,
Yeah.
Because he needs what? He's 14 feet or 16 feet short of
Yeah.
frontage to build 2 homes on the,
So non-confronting.
yeah. And maybe the
Piece of
zoning
property.
board this month will say no. I doubt it.
I doubt it. Yeah. Is Kathy Robertson on the planning board? Should ask her and see if there was any date with.
Planning board or zoning board. He would have to go to the zoning board
Oh, is it the zoning?
because he's got to get a waiver, a waiver.
with the frontage. Yeah,
Oh, for the frontage. Okay, that's what it was about.
He's got to get their approval to divide the lot.
Yeah, because he was missing like 10 feet or something.
Yeah, 14 or 16 feet, whatever he said. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe
I'm
I'll,
trying to remember where I was in town the other day and there were new houses tucked in someplace and I was like, wow. Didn't know that was there.
They sold the one down by me, the new one for 1.8 million.
Jeez.
there's a house down the street from me that just sold for 900 and
With a view of the new
900,000.
construction.
So what do you do?
Really?
Well, I don't think they have quite
What
a
do you
view.
do to a house to take it from 900,000 to 1.8 million? If it's the same size, I mean, what's the difference?
Was that what it's 1.8 million?
1.8, 1.78 or something like that million.
Well,
Wow.
Must have extra love in it.
Little extra of everything, I would imagine.
All right, yeah, so I'll follow up. Like, I'm kind of curious what's going on with the 8 Maple Street thing. Okay. So we kind of bundled the first cemetery updates with that. So, the next item on the agenda is the election of officers. So the first,
Did you skip 7 and 8 on purpose?
I did because, I thought we might I don't want the meeting to go too long because we started at 7, so I was thinking we might get this over with first.
Are the selectmen passing over Holy Angels roof repair or is it?
No, I have a big update on that. Do you want to talk about that?
For 5 minutes, yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the Holy Angels roof. So, we met with the CPC, the Historical Commission, not officially, it wasn't like an official meeting or anything, but I met with them. So we proposed,
That's the one you and I are at, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So we met with the select board first and then we met with the CPC. And we proposed doing, the roof the trusses and the steeple on the Holy Angels Church. So this would be CPC money that's not gonna raise tax dollars, because there's been a lot of raising of taxes in this town lately, so we don't wanna increase that burden on those taxpayers. So, so they seemed favorable for that. Kathy Robinson was probably the one who was kind of on the fence a little bit, but she seemed to come around and said it was a good idea, just so we can preserve the building while we talk about it a bit further, what we're gonna do with it. Because Dennis said that the current roof situation is allowing water to come into the walls, so it's deteriorating the wood. So they recommended that we kind of fix the roof while we're figuring out what's gonna happen with the building. So, but then we went to the CPC and we asked for these three things. And I created, like a couple days ago, a application for the CPC, because you have to submit an application to them. And I also, during that meeting, I provided a PowerPoint, because there's like a table for CPC information. And Mike Panko and I went to an event in Grafton maybe 2 or 3 years ago, where the state rep from the CPC came out. I think his name is like Stuart Sangyor. And he provided a presentation about CPC and how you apply for funding for that. And there's like a table, actually I have it, I think I even still have it up, but there's a table, and you have to fall, yeah, here it is. You have to fall within the 4 corners of the, so these are all, so there's open space, historic, recreation, housing, and then of those 4 categories, you can either acquire, create, preserve, support, or rehabilitate. So and at that meeting, Mike Panko and I asked him, do we fall within these parameters? And he said, yes, you fall within preserve and historic. So that's a yes.
Yeah.
So, so that's what we kind of proposed to them. So I created this, and there's an application on the Upton website, for that. So I just kind of like entered what I thought was appropriate. And Mike Panko said that he could review it and let me know if like that application kind of seems appropriate to him, because you have to create a screenshot for, I think it's a Mass Mapper. So I created a screenshot for that. I have a screenshot of the building, and I have a description of the proposed project. So that's what I wrote up. And I sent it to him, but I haven't officially done it.
We shut down the discussion. I shut down the discussion, I think, with my last comments on that meeting, that it was premature until Dennis comes back with an update from some people he was going to talk with, what the cost would be to do the minimal, replace the roof, repair the steeple, flashing, roof truss strengthening as a package, right?
So in other words, do you want Dennis to get bids for the stuff before we go proceed with it, or?
The timeline has been 4 weeks ago, approximately, we met with the selectmen
Yeah,
and started the conversation again I think Mike Panko kind of started it. No, the selectmen, we started the conversation with the selectmen because we as a commission requested a meeting with the selectmen, which
okay.
our town manager shut down a couple of times and then finally agreed to put us on the
Oh,
agenda.
right.
So we
Yep.
met with the select board to have the conversation. At that meeting, they asked Dennis if he could get an update to a more accurate estimate of what it would take to restore the roof.
Yes.
The roof meaning flashing steeple, leaks, etc.
Oh, okay.
But not siding, not paint the building, not any of that. And he said he would need at least a month to do that. And then Mike Panko got involved with, why can't we use CPC money to do, the roof replacement or whatever that conversation was. And then we were asked to meet with him, and I basically said, I think this whole conversation is premature because Mr. Westgate was given a month by the selectmen, and it's only been 2 weeks. He hasn't had the conversation. He doesn't have any official feedback yet on an updated cost to do that portion of the engineering study. Replace the roof, fix the flashing, fix rotted wood on the steeple, shingle it, sheathe it, shingle it, whatever, and sister the roof trusses to strengthen the roof for snow load. His the last conversation I had with him, which was about a week and a half ago, was he was meeting with an engineering firm this past Tuesday, so 2 days ago,
Oh,
to
okay.
have that conversation.
Hmm.
And in the meantime, I had contacted the contractor who did the Grange for me and asked them if they could get me a professional ballpark quote, which I still do not have yet. They came over and we did a walkthrough of Holy Angels last Thursday. So they owe me a update on what would it cost, in their opinion, under a bid, paying prevailing wage for a municipality to replace the roof, flash the steeple, replace rotted wood of the steeple, and you can see from the ground places where the wood is missing, though presumably rotted. Paint the steeple. As I said, while you're up there with lifts or staging, painting the steeple is a couple $1,000s. Whereas if you add that to painting the building, then you've got to do lifts or staging or whatever that you wouldn't have to do a second time. Everything except strengthen the trusses. So I'm waiting for that number. The number to sheathe and shingle the roof was $50,000, but that did not include repairing the steeple. He wanted to see it first, so he's supposed to be getting me an updated number for what that total cost is. He's not going to quote strengthening the trusses without an engineering report stating exactly how they want them, which trusses and how they want them done. I don't know as anybody would without an engineering design or overview on the, I mean, it states it in words in the engineering document from last year, but it's not specific enough to have someone quote it. And I personally don't think that's an enormous cost. I mean, if that's 40 or 50 or 60,000, that's not gonna be a game breaker.
So the engineering, so he wants to wait till Dennis gets the engineering report before he gives you a quote on that. Is that what it's kind of?
Maybe.
Okay,
No, I won't ask him to do any more.
okay,
I won't ask him to do any more because it's unofficial.
yeah,
So anything that comes out of this at the next round, I would assume at the next round would be a formal bid. At which point, I'm sure they would want to bid on the project.
and what's the name of the company, RFQ or something?
FRG,
FRG, okay.
and all the Googling in the world never found out what the letters stand for, but I'm sure it's somebody's name.
So it was paint the steeple, replace the existing roof,
So it's strip the roof,
okay, strip the roof,
sheathe the roof with plywood, repair any rotted missing boards on the steeple. And then, like you would in any roof replacement, you would flash everything that needs to be flashed. You would install ice and water. What they call those 3-foot wide rolls, used to be called tar paper. now
tar paper, okay.
It's ice and water shield
Yeah,
would have to be installed
it stamps.
and then 50-year shingles
And he
and paint the steeple.
guesstimated
The roof,
for
the
that.
whole roof piece of it was 50,000, not including the steeple.
Oh, okay.
Now, I can personally guess that adding the steeple and the other components of it, 20,000 more,
That's it?
maybe 70, maybe 80. And nowhere's near the 200 and something thousand the engineering report says. And then you can only guess at the truss work is gonna be more preparation and staging and everything else than putting boards up there. But you know, if that was 50,000, I think you'd be at half of what the engineering report is.
Really? And that's with prevailing wage?
That was the direct question. I knew the answer to it, but I asked him directly. I said, are you
So has,
experienced in prevailing wage? He says, we do municipal work all the time. And I've gotten several phone calls from people that they have bid, that must have the best bid, asking me, you know, would you recommend this outfit? And I said, yes.
All right, yeah.
so we haven't gotten an engineering report on the building, no?
We got an engineering report 2025.
Oh,
It was an update to the 2019 full engineering study of that building.
so that's within a few years. I
Yeah,
mean,
6 last year. I
yeah.
don't think the building has changed too much in
No,
6 years.
no.
I'm looking at the re-
So they don't need another engineering report.
No, but Dennis's comment to the select board was, I have a couple people I can call that will give me a unofficial estimate of what it will cost to do the work in that engineering report. Then he said to me, I'm meeting with an engineering firm Tuesday of this week. So who that engineering firm is, I assume it's someone he's done work with, he knows, that will come in and without 100 pages of paper, will tell him, this is what we think it's gonna cost you to do what the engineering report from last year says you need to do at a minimum. So if you can, work your way through that maze, I don't think it's overly complicated. I think it's doing a proper professional job on the roof, which includes the steeple, the roof, rotted boards. But they're adding this component, which some days you'd like to shoot the engineers. The trusses aren't strong enough to support the snow load of the roof. Oh my God, that building is 175 years old and
And
those trusses are.
has plenty of snow on it.
Built.
So is it an engineering report that he's looking into or an actual quote on how to do the work? Because why do we need another? We have
An
already,
actual unofficial quote on what it will cost to do the work.
okay. So yeah, so he wants a
Because
real number on what.
I cannot get from FRG, neither can he get from who he's talking to, an official quote. An official quote can only come with a 100-page bid document that says, okay, anybody in this country that wants to bid on it, and that's an official quote. So I'm using the word unofficial, which is basically what the selectmen asked him for, is because these numbers have been all over the place. Is it
Right.
210,000? Is it 600,000? Is it 300,000?
Right.
That all came out of that engineering report last year. That I think is, we're protecting ourselves. This is what it could cost you to fix that building. And you have to hire an OPM, which it turns out you don't need an OPM, a owner's program manager, or project manager, unless the cost exceeds $1.5 million.
Right.
So if you did the full scope of that engineering study last year, which was 3 million or something like that, you would have to hire a OPM and pay them 200,000 or 300,000 or whatever that number was. So all of this is, in what I have pushed for, is that there's been so much discussion about this. Can't we narrow the scope to solely put a brand new roof on that building and repair any holes on the exterior roof level and above, which is steeple? Not address the siding on the left side, not address painting the building, which theoretically there's money for, but I think there's extensive work that needs to be done before you'll ever put a paint on that building.
But with the
Just
exception of the steep,
keep wood from rotting. Try to do that. All the people that want to tear the building down is all we want to do is seal the building up, normal maintenance. Seal the building up and continue the conversation about what do we do with it.
and then there's another added complexity with that because the select board was talking about possibly having a special town meeting so we could get all that stuff done before the winter.
Well, because it became the 65,000 that exists, that was raised by the townspeople 2 years ago. The way the warrant article was written, according to Dennis, now you and I slightly disagree, but the way it was written was exclusively to pay the building. And anything related to paint the building. So you can't put a new roof on it and use that money because the townspeople said we support painting the building.
Yeah.
Which I said was insane at the time because you needed a roof before you need to paint the building.
Which I agree with.
So here we are. So now it would be, no matter what you do, if anything is to be done, you would need a town meeting for the people to vote on raising the money out of the tax base to do repairs to that building, or using CPC money, which has already been taken out of the tax base, to repair the building. But the next town meeting is November. So you would need a second special town meeting. The November town meetings, I believe, are always called special town meetings because every town has one town meeting a year, which is in May, April and May. So we always have a special town meeting for issues that can't wait until next May.
Mhm.
So this would now be, if we wait until November, is 100% certainty the work won't get done until next year.
Right.
Well, I disagree. It's 100% because if you have a mild winter, I've seen roofers on roofs in January.
Yeah, that's true.
That's another issue. And then there was the whole stress about, well, if we call a special town meeting, maybe we can have it in late July. And then Dennis says, Mayor, there's no guarantee that you could get someone in there to fix the roof this year. And I said, my God, if you have a special town meeting in late July and it takes you 6 weeks to write a bid and get bids back and select somebody, you're in mid-September, there is more than enough time for any contractor to come in and do all that work this year. But I guess the way to slice that is if you wait until November, there is no way you're doing that roof this year. If you have a special town meeting in July, there's a chance. And I would go with a chance rather than no chance at all.
Yeah.
That's kind of where this whole mess stands, is that I'm not sure we've got people that know exactly what they're doing. And I think you've got the overwhelming issue of nobody wants to spend any money on that building. Especially because what's going on with DPW and school expenditures and whatnot, and I support that. So it's just, can't we get a roof on the building while we debate it? Because there is no way I want to see that building torn down. If you take the town hall,
We were at that,
1880 something, you take First Parish or whatever, United Parish over here, that's 1870s or 1880. You take the Knowlton Ristine, that's 1870s. You take the Unitarian Church in West Upton, that's 1870s. That building's 1848. That predates the Grange, that predates half the houses, the house you live in. If that isn't one of our most revered historic structures, I don't know what we've got left.
And it's in a prominent location too.
It's in a prominent, bad location, but
but I really think we are up against a lot of people who don't want that building saved. And they're people that are very influential in our town and they have a lot of, oomph.
so that's everything I noticed at everything I've heard in the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's complicated. There's a lot of,
So they gave Dennis a month to come back with something. That month would be next Tuesday's meeting. I anticipate he's trying to have something for next Tuesday, whether that's on the agenda, Craig, I don't know.
oh, okay.
But they gave him a month, so there was no reason to have a CPC meeting before the month was up because nobody had any more information than we had at the selectmen's meeting to start this.
And I think the next CPC meeting,
Quote from FRG, and hopefully Dennis has some numbers from somebody.
right. We'll have a more concrete idea. Okay,
And then you can modify this accordingly and go back to the CPC and officially request $3 million.
okay.
And that was the 5-minute discussion on.
Yes, sorry.
No, that's okay. No, it's important.
So I need to revamp the CPC proposal based on what Dennis says.
I think personally, this is only my personal view, it'd be irresponsible to ask for more money than what we should know in a week. And if that number's 100,000 in a week, you ask for 125. If that number's 250, then I don't know where it's gonna wind up. I mean, my personal views is I wouldn't spend that kind of money in that building, and I don't think it takes that much, but then again, I forget it's a municipality. You have to follow this whole different set of rules to get a bid.
I mean, if we could get it for 70, 75, that would be fantastic.
But it's a matter of what the select board and Dennis have in their back of the minds has to be done. And if
Yeah.
it have to do something with the trusses, cost goes up.
But you're thinking it's only 20 grand for the trusses?
My reading of the engineering study says you basically have to put a 2x8 against every board in the truss system up there. So if you got a board going from the top of the wall to the peak of the roof, you gotta put a 2x8 on this side of it and a 2x8 on this side of it, and you gotta do every one that way.
Wow.
And I don't know if the horizontal ones. So you build your walls up and then you put horizontals across before you put your roof on. I think those have to be sisted, but it's unclear.
So that doesn't seem like a big,
So it's a
Yeah.
fair amount of labor. But $100,000 worth of labor, I can't
I
fathom.
don't think so. Yeah, I mean, doesn't seem like a big job.
And they did not request 2x8s, they requested 2x8 LVLs. And LVL is the laminated plywood custom beams that are made now.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
So
Instead
that
of-
might be more expensive.
Instead of, I'm sure they're more expensive, but again, for material, I can't imagine the material cost is huge.
The problem,
That's not something you go
the
down.
original ones are probably chestnut and they'll never
Yeah.
rot.
Yeah,
Go buy a chestnut or rope beam today.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'll blow you right out of it. Okay,
So, yeah, but I don't have a lot of experience with that, but I can just envision building a roof saying, if it's 75, 80 grand to put a roof on the building and it's 50 grand to do the trusses, it's still cheaper than the engineering report.
yeah. Okay, well, we'll see what happens at the next select board meeting.
But I think it's great that you've done that in advance. If you have to change a page, no big deal.
Yeah,
You've worked your way through it. You understand what the document is.
yep. Yeah, I might have to tweak it. So yeah, so I'll wait till the select board meeting, see what Dennis says, and then we'll tweak it as necessary. Okay. Sounds good. So let's see.
I will be at Tuesday select.
Okay.
I might be there because the Historical Society is gonna be there.
Right, okay. So let's see, I think I jumped around, so we did that. We did the Holy Angels thing.
Just for what it's worth, the Spring City Light Designs,
Yes, that's the next one that I kind of scooted around. Yeah, what do you think about that?
Mike sent 4 of them with costs.
Yeah, there's only 4 and there's like
One of them
100.
was twice the cost of the other 3, so I
Yes.
just throw that out immediately
Right.
Yep,
and say any one of the 3 is fine with me.
I thought 2 and 4 were,
I have them here. Let's see. I thought the first one,
I couldn't.
First one I kinda liked.
Yeah.
I thought the first one was a little too ornate.
2 ornate, okay.
Yeah.
That was the first
Yeah,
one.
I did not like the.
You don't like these
Yeah.
twisty things? This was the first one. Sorry, it's hard to see. It's,
So what is this for?
Street lighting, when they do the
Next
roundabout
year.
in front of the town hall next year.
Oh,
I don't know if I can increase the.
They
brightness.
asked us to make our opinion.
Oh, yeah,
So
there we
is
go.
that number 2 or 4?
This is the first one.
That's the first
All
one.
right, Joan didn't like the first one, so let's go to the second one.
Okay, the second one.
It's
It's,
very,
I couldn't believe the cost, outrageous.
it's a lot of money and then it's gonna, you have to multiply that by 15 because there's gonna be 15 lights around the
I
center.
think they're only for the doubles, and I
That's
think
the
Mike
double.
said there's 9 of them.
Yeah.
Second one.
Nine
Which one was the
double.
one that was very expensive? I'll
The one-
take-
the-
Nine doubles?
Is that the super expensive one?
no,
No,
Oh,
that's the second one. The
That was
third
the-
one was the.
I think it's kind of ugly too. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, square looking.
me.
go to 3.
This is 3, so this is the super expensive one?
Oh, my God, skip it, go to 4.
Oh,
Good, do you want-
Roman emperor.
This is the third.
Yeah, I
right.
know what the third one was. It looks like St. Patrick's.
It's
Cathedral.
crazy. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, so the third one. That's like super expensive one. And then this is the okay, 4th one, so that's very.
None of
plain.
these look like any of the ones we looked at a month ago when he sent out that website.
Well, there was like 150 on that website. And it's like, once you start looking through them all, it's like, oh my God.
I like that. I mean, it's
You like the plain one?
simple and it's not overly, ornate.
Yeah,
And I just think the overly ornate ones are going to be, this is kind of like timeless,
Make a motion that we approve that one.
yeah,
That one?
I'm fine with that.
the Washington simple.
Do you guys, I forgot if I showed you guys.
It's only $1,600 for one.
Yeah.
As opposed to 24 for the
The other one is
the
24.
expensive one. That was,
Cause if we go with a super ornate one, people in town are gonna be like, how much did you guys spend on that?
yeah, right.
And the historical commission approved it.
Yeah.
But that's not just the 1600s, just the cost of the arm.
This-
The whole,
That's,
I forget how much the whole thing is.
$1,500 just for that.
this evolved from the state of Massachusetts would install all of the lighting for free,
Yeah,
or we could pick historical lighting fixtures.
Yeah,
So you're right. So you've got whatever the upright's called. And I don't think we ever got costs on that.
and the light.
And then you've got the light fixture itself, whatever the cost is of that. And then they said, I thought it was like we need 9 of these double arms for around the rotary. Only around the rotary. Those aren't on all of them. It's just the
Well, he sent out a map and I wasn't quite sure what the map was
that map
showing.
was-
But there's yellow. See how there's yellow marks on the map? I don't know if that's, I'm assuming that's where all the lights are
That's where
going.
the lights are.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
each light had a little box.
It's very hard to see. They're like teeny.
There are
yellow.
like 14 lights.
So what is the arrow?
There was a little box around the perimeter that
Okay.
described each
the right
light,
side there.
and then a
a
line that went to the spot where that light would be.
Oh, so the yellow is
Hi.
where it's gonna be.
Well, I think it might have gone to where it's yellow. I don't know.
It's very confusing. I couldn't- I didn't look at it very,
Okay.
For reference.
but I think there's 15 yellow.
Racine is
so-
on the left, lower left, yeah. So they're gonna put all that in, and it's not gonna affect much that already exists. Few little curb cuts, but nothing major. I just don't see how a trailer truck's gonna drive around that. you know.
I know, that was
People are
my
correct.
thought. If they wanted to come down this way on 140 and go up North Main Street, there's no way they could turn there.
Well, I presume the state engineers know what they're doing, but maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, you're right.
So I will make a motion to approve option number 4.
Okay,
For cross arm fixtures.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Is Patrick, you're on?
Patrick, are you in?
thing on the screen that indicates that it's there.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Leave us?
I don't know. Hey, Patrick, are you there?
Something happened.
Unless he's, did we have to re-invite him into the call when I stopped the call and started the call?
I don't know.
Maybe that's what happened.
Oh,
Well, you would think he would come back.
Rejoin in, yeah, maybe he was, I don't know, who knows? Okay, well, in any case, it passes unanimously, I guess, with the exception of Patrick.
You'll let Michael know.
Yeah, you can always
Yes,
request to join a meeting too if you get kicked out.
yeah, yeah, and I hope he didn't do that, and I didn't see the request come in.
No, I've
Um,
been kind of watching that. and I don't see any indication that,
I don't see anything in the chat or anything,
I mean, when he came in, the little circle was there with PR.
yeah. And the camera didn't readjust, so it's looking at a bunch of empty chairs.
It's fine.
Okay, so action item, motion passes unanimously. Supporting the cross arm fixtures. Oops, what did I just do? Fixture. Yeah, I think that's somebody's car.
Sounds like a real cool person.
Wait now.
So this is called Washington Simple Twin 18-inch cross arm. That's the name of the one we voted on for. So I'll let Mike Antonellis know this. Craig will email Mike to tell him which way we voted. Okay, so that is done.
Isn't he amazing how fast he's done?
So one thing I learned in high school is how to type.
I learned it too, but I can't do that.
I do it every day. I get a lot of practice.
I think I had in the 10th grade. I took typing. And then I didn't use typing until about 20 years ago. So the 3-year gap in
Little gap.
graduated from high school 20 years ago. I forgot how to do it.
They used to, they gave us like little cardboard boxes they put over our hands so we couldn't see what we were typing. Yeah,
I think my wife said the nuns put a blindfold on her and she kept looking at the keyboard.
is that right? Wow.
Nuns were cool.
Okay, so now we're moving on to election of officers. So John Kehoe has resigned. They mentioned that at the select board meeting, the last one. So I think for the election of officers, what are there? So there's chairman, there's secretary, there's CPC. And is there anything else? Oh, treasurer. Is that a nominated position? Okay. So, so we can start with chairman, I guess. Does anyone want to be chairman?
No, but I nominate you.
You'd want-
I second.
I can
I second
do it again. If, no, you don't wanna?
No, no.
And Ed's dropping out, so I'm happy to do it again if nobody else wants.
Okay,
That's wonderful.
it is.
Yeah, I'm happy to do it.
For what it's worth, I pushed you into it 2 years ago and you've done a great job.
Oh, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate
It's
that.
time consuming, but you have done a great job.
Yeah, and I've enjoyed it. So it's a great group of people that we work with. So, yeah, so I'm happy to do it again.
Excellent, excellent.
We're all at this.
And I think you've learned a lot in
Yeah.
the last couple of years too.
I have. I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot.
And I mean,
To-
it would be very hard to step into that position and not, have the background, and you're doing well.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
But I also want to, maybe next year, maybe we pass it off to somebody else because I don't want to hog the role and, maybe Catherine wants to or Patrick or somebody else.
Yeah, it's a shame Catherine's not here.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know, I was going to text her and ask her if she still wanted to be secretary or not, but I didn't want to, figured it's more of a conversation versus,
Mhm.
so I didn't want
I
to
would
text her.
nominate her for it.
Yeah, I would as well, if she wants to do it. I know it's a lot of work, but. But that's the next role. So if anybody wants to do secretary besides, Catherine. More than welcome to, if you don't want to do it either. I did it for many years.
Catherine.
Yeah, I'll nominate Catherine as, I don't know if, can we nominate people who aren't in the? I don't know if you can, yeah, they probably
That
have to
aren't
be,
present.
yeah.
No, why not? We could nominate them,
People
but
not present get assigned to work jobs all the time.
yeah.
I guess we kind of. I don't want to stick it to her though, if she doesn't want to do it. But we'll ask, next meeting, we'll ask Catherine if she wants to.
It's a shame Patrick's not on because you could push that at him. No experience.
Patrick, you're not on, are you?
Being secretary is only about an hour a month. I mean, it's not.
Yeah,
It's together.
yeah, doesn't take too much. So the next position is the CPC representative. So that's a person who, well, Russ did it for many years. So John Kehoe used to be the CPC representative, but he resigned. So it's an open position. So that's somebody who goes and meets with the CPC every month, and Russ did that for many years.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
You'll do it.
And I don't mind doing, I don't know,
You wanna do it?
I can do it if you don't want to. But would I be able to do two positions at once? If,
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
you-
It just says.
I'm happy to do it.
One person from the historical commission, doesn't say. I don't
Okay.
know. No, it's not a conflict of interest.
I don't think it would be. No, because we have to have somebody.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you get one or two new people over the next 3 or 4 months, again, I've never done this, but I would think you could have a vote in the middle of the year,
To change the,
Right.
change the person.
okay, yeah. So I'm happy to do it if.
Okay,
if you don't
fine.
wanna- Okay,
We're kind of shorthanded now.
okay, yeah.
Is the EDC ended or is that still a functioning?
That's still a functioning committee, but Gene has just resigned. So somebody's gonna take over. I think I knew who it's gonna be, but I probably shouldn't say publicly. But yeah, it's still functioning.
I didn't know if that was gonna dissolve.
There was discussion about it resolving a year or two ago, but it didn't. But we're meeting like every other month now, so it's kind of dissolving, but maybe it'll get picked up again. I'm not sure. So the other position is treasurer, and Joan is currently acting as treasurer. I don't know if you want to continue doing that,
I'll-
Joan, or?
I'll
if you want-
continue doing it. It's not a big deal.
Okay, sounds good.
As long as I can get Joe to, is his name Joe? It shows
Sure.
how many times he sends me.
Ken.
Ken, all right,
Ken
Ken.
Costa,
Ken,
town accountant.
Okay.
He's a very busy man. What I'm told.
And Ed, you don't want to change your mind?
I possibly do, but I think it's time to step back from doing too many things.
Yeah, I understand. Okay,
Stand by, stand by.
Maybe when the cemetery dust clears a year from
Yeah.
now, you know,
I mean, it would be nice if we could get 2 more members on board and
2 participating members.
2 participating.
One of the things that I don't like, I will say out loud, is I don't like these virtual meetings. It's okay if the public wants to dial in, have a conversation, that's wonderful. But I think the members ought to be here,
Right,
at least 75% of the time.
right.
And
And you know, I was gone for 2 months this year. It worked out that I only had to go, I think, twice.
maybe it's my age, but you don't participate if you're not in the room.
right.
And I think that's fact.
Yep.
And
Okay.
I think you've got 2 outstanding members. But anyway,
Okay, so that's the story. So next meeting, we'll see if Catherine wants to be,
How many
Community
members are we
secretary.
allowed to have?
I think.
7.
6 or 7.
7 participating, and you can
Have
have
an alternate?
alternate members. I don't know what the limits on that are, but that's a question of.
I remember when I first came on, we had alternates.
Yeah, I was an alternate for a while.
So what are your thoughts after watching the most exciting meeting we've ever had?
It seems like there's a lot of good stuff that goes on. There's a lot of stuff that is very over my head. But I'd be interested to help out and see what I can do.
Well, for what it's worth, I didn't know what I was doing when I came here 4 years ago.
You
You
certainly
didn't know
did.
what you were doing. I don't know whether you knew more of it. You might have known a little more. Russ has.
I
been
didn't
at it.
know, I didn't know what I was doing either.
Russ has been at it since the 50s, so that's how it tells. But
I still learn
so it's something you learn. And it's
something new.
it's all about our core mission is protecting the historical nature of this town.
Sounds like something I want to participate in, so
It's-
that's a good thing.
It's not a historic society where we worry about objects and lessons and stuff, but it's about the infrastructure of the houses, the buildings, cemeteries, chapels at Maplewood, stone walls. How do we protect the historical infrastructure of this town?
Oh, this building,
Yeah,
renovated this whole building.
Russ did it personally.
No, Kelly did that, many meetings.
We got the cave,
Huh?
we got the cave.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That was a
Know
big.
about the cave?
oh, I know about the cave, yes. I like. the
Can't-
cave.
Can't live here for very long without finding out about the cave. Have you been in it?
Yeah.
You went in it? I never went in it.
I've been in it since I was gay big, so.
Oh, did you grow up in town?
I grew up in Hopedale, but my
Oh,
uncle
okay.
lives up the street from me, so
Oh,
I've
I see.
been.
Who's your uncle?
Walter Mancherowski. He sticks to Hopedale mostly.
Where's he live?
Whitney Lane,
Whitney, oh, okay.
yep.
So 2 years ago, we helped the Grange restore their building, which was an 1850 schoolhouse. That the town sold to the Grange when they closed the school. We did that.
Ed did that.
I had help, but yeah. I restored Maplewood Cemetery, got the town to take it over. Finishing the process of restoring the old First Cemetery, our first, beginnings of the town.
Ed painted that entire fence around the Maplewood Cemetery, that picket fence, the white picket
Oh,
fence.
nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
he painted the whole thing. It was like miles of pickets to paint. So you can-
But that's not a requirement to be a.
no, you don't have to paint fences. You do whatever you want, whatever your passion is. So,
2-inch brush and 60 gallons of paint.
Wow.
I got Pine Grove to do. Pine Grove Cemetery, ooh,
Haven't been to almost to the end of our.
Yes,
agenda.
yeah, we don't want Joan to fall asleep. So let's see, where are we here? Social media updates. It looks like Patrick's not on the call, so I don't think we'll have any of those. The next update is Joan, our Historical Society ambassador. Do we have any updates for the 300th anniversary?
No, but yesterday we hosted the third grade
Yeah,
government day,
Right.
and it was really very successful, I thought.
yes, it was.
The children asked wonderful questions. They were very engaged in everything that presented to them, and it was just a good day.
wonderful. And how many
We made
students?
them aware of
100.
historic value, but
107, wow.
Yeah, we
teach 'em.
because they voted for the dog tag, the
Okay.
shape of the dog license. We let them vote on it.
Oh, okay.
And there are 4 different shapes, and they put the ballot in our old ballot box. It's hand cranked. So they mark their ballot and they put it in, and we let them crank it in. And then at the end of the day, we have all of these ballots, and I was there at the end of the day, and I said, well, I'll count them. I said, but throw them in a grocery bag and I'll take them home. So that's how I knew they were.
oh, that's why.
107.
That's weird.
Yeah. And the dog bone won by
The dog one.
56 votes.
Okay, wow,
And it won last year too.
it did.
And somebody said, well, maybe we shouldn't do it next year. I said, no, we'll do it next year. We won't put dog bone on the ballot. We'll just have the other 3 and then we'll have something
Something
different.
different, okay.
Yeah,
We had BVT replace that 3 years ago, the sign at Harry.
oh, right.
That's
Yeah.
a replica that the students made out of a structural foam plastic,
Yeah.
hand painted to match the original.
Cool.
Another thing that commission here did.
It's still standing, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep. And I
We had a
did,
little.
I
oopsie.
did go to Staples with the brochure to see if they could make copies
Oh,
of
right,
it.
right, I forgot about that.
And they looked at it and they went, they can't do that kind of a fold
Oh, okay,
to just.
yeah,
ever
I
see the
remember.
way it's
the way it-
folded,
Yeah.
folded in like
Yeah, but I thought you were
Here.
gonna go to BVT for that.
BVT's closed.
Oh, right, for the summer, right?
And then it goes over like that. And they said to try going to Curry. And I said, maybe I should just wait till BVT.
Shows all the revolutionary soldiers.
They must have that on file.
So you should take a drive.
Yeah.
Check it out.
And they probably can just pull it up and make copies on my little
Right.
book. So. But in the meantime, the guy said, well, he opened it up and he said, well, I can copy it, the front and the back. But they can't fold it.
Well, we could fold her.
And then I thought, well, but he said, I could only copy it on regular paper, but the paper that it was made on originally was not much heavier than a regular piece of paper.
Mhm.
So I thought maybe I would just go over there and have them do like maybe 10 of them and see how much
Yeah.
effort it is just to fold them. And we could fold them.
Yeah.
We'll sit here
Who
one
was
night and fold them.
Who was this that you went to?
Staples.
I was the folder at my office services of
We got any-
college, so.
Small printers around that would,
Somebody told me about one that was over in, what's the name of that little town where the certain factory is?
Yeah, I know
And I
that.
went- and I went-
That's a good place, actually.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh, that's too bad. They were good.
Yeah, somebody told me about there, not there
Oh,
anymore.
that's too bad.
you want Nova or something that would do a better job than Staples.
And actually, I was at the,
Printers in Milford.
Framer over in Westboro,
Minuteman Press.
right near Staples.
Mhm.
And they print,
Oh, really?
and they looked at it and they said, oh, well, they said it was gonna cost a lot of money for them to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How about Minuteman Press on Main Street, Milford?
What's the thing that caught?
I really don't know.
Hmm.
How many are gonna be printed, like anticipated?
Yeah, how many?
I think originally I had 200 made,
Oh, that's not too.
yeah.
You could print it at the library.
You could probably print it at the library.
Excuse me.
Huh.
They have a nice color printer there.
And then you can even like, if you don't like that paper, you can put your own paper, just say like, don't print anything right now.
Right.
And then put it in, then send the print job and get that done.
That's a good idea. Yeah, that might work.
Huh.
It's not hard.
Is
to
it,
pull
is it a
through.
color document?
It only has like two colors. I think it's green and like a
Blue?
grayish color.
Because I could print them at home. Give me the file, we can buy some nice paper and print them and fold them. I mean, 200 is not that bad.
Front and back, you can print. Can you print? Oh, you can?
We'll have a discussion on
I
it.
can print 11 by 17 in color,
Really? Wow.
both sides.
And,
Jeez.
and then
Tried it.
it would, and you'd need the JPEG file,
Yeah,
which I think Catherine has. I still haven't talked to her about
yeah,
that.
you can email it to me.
That might kill your color printer though.
Well, it's gonna take ink, there's no doubt about it.
We voted to have a certain amount of money for this, so. we
Yeah,
could buy
we
another-
voted, what,
We could buy you a special
$500 was it?
cartridge. Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that, or 1,000 or something.
Last time we
Yeah,
voted,
we gave you substantial leeway, I
Yeah,
just remember
yeah.
that, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, we could buy you, well, it's not a new printer, but we could buy you the ink.
Cause you want it before Heritage Day, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
would be
the-
nice.
The ink's like about $90. I haven't bought around yet, but I'm about ready to.
Uh-huh,
Yeah, so we could buy,
okay.
They gave me a whole new printer for free. I bought a brand new printer last October. It started jamming a month and a half ago and they shipped me a whole brand new printer. Said, keep the first one.
what kind is it?
There
It's a, Brothers.
Oh, okay, I looked into those, yeah.
It's a pretty good size one. It does 8.5 by 11 by 17, 8.5 by 11 color. It'll do both sides. It'll do faxing, copying.
Oh, cause this, is the long paper size
11 by 17,
teen, you
Yeah.
know, that's what it is.
and it's tabloid or I forget what they call it.
Think about
So
that.
I'm willing to do that. Least I can do with leaving.
I'll get in touch with Catherine tomorrow and say, we've had this discussion and I think you have that file.
Okay,
I
Okay.
can print a couple, bring them over.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I know years ago, I haven't done it in years, I bought resume paper years and years and years ago. And it was an extra thick gray stock.
Uh-huh.
And I'm thinking, and these are for the brochures for Heritage Day, right?
But the schoolhouse brochure,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
but it's not on really heavy paper.
do we have a Staples in the neighborhood anymore? I know the one in Milford left.
Well, there's the one over in Westboro in Julio's Plaza.
Somebody might have to go buy a, you know, whatever you call it, a band of 500 sheets of extra heavy color paper or something, so we'd have a nice brochure, but again, you're talking tens of dollars, not anything significant.
Okay. But I mean, I'm not opposed to trying to go to a small printer and ask them to do it.
Like I say, Minuteman Press in Milford, seen their name many times, be worth walking in, they're on Main Street.
Yeah.
Just say, take a brochure with you and say, I've got the file, what would you charge me and can you do this?
Yeah,
They might say the same thing, we're not gonna fold them, but
I can help fold it.
it's 200 copies, it's not the end of the world to fold them, so.
okay.
Alright, sounds good. Yeah, well, so we'll get that ball rolling. That'd be good to have them before Heritage Day.
Mhm.
Okay, so any topics not regionally anticipated in advance? Anybody have things they'd like to bring up? Okay, so the next meeting will be July, well, so I can't meet the next, the second Thursday in July. But I think I'll have to aim for the third Thursday in July, if that works for people. So it'd be July 16th at 6:30.
Just a suggestion, if I may, since I'm no longer on the commission. What we we've done the last summer for the last 3 summers is take the summer off. Unless,
Oh.
with the exception that if something comes up, you have to meet, you gotta call a special meeting.
Yeah,
Take July and August off.
I don't know if we should do that at this point, because there's so many things going on with the church and new members and,
Mm,
maybe we should have one in
yeah,
July.
I'm fine with it. I typically are.
We'll keep it short.
Yeah,
I
right.
know people,
right.
Do the 3rd week in July and then do one in early September.
yeah. Oh, yeah, we could skip August, yeah. I'm gonna be
So
pretty
they're not
busy.
8 weeks apart, but
Yeah, that's a good idea,
just a thought.
because people probably have vacation. I have vacation in August, so.
You're gonna take a vacation?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I'm retired, there's no such thing.
Yeah, every day is a vacation, right?
Not as long as I'm working.
I always laugh when people say, have a nice weekend, and I'll say, every day is a weekend for me.
So is July 16th, good? Does that work for you, Russ?
Yeah,
Yeah, so it'd be at July 16th at 6:30?
6:30.
6:30,
Yeah,
okay.
we'll make it early, so. Alright. Does that work for you too? Would you be around? Or- Okay, sounds good.
I work in Worcester and sometimes I
Oh.
don't leave till 6, like
Okay.
I'm off at 5:30, but.
Yeah, it takes a
I have
while.
A hard
There's some
time, so
traffic and-
I may be, like, I could foresee me being a little late to some coming meetings, that's
Children?
okay. Nope, not yet.
Well, we could aim for 7. Would you wanna aim? I know that's
That's
a little late for you. We could.
Like 6:30,
7?
6:30 usually is okay, but.
Yeah, we don't want you to have to rush and stuff. Why don't we aim for 7? Yeah, that way you don't have to rush.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was the 2-hour meeting.
You go to bed early the night before.
Was that?
It was the 2-hour meetings that were killing the 7 o'clock start. That's why they have to go
Yeah.
at 6:30, so.
Okay, yeah, because right now it's 8:30, so,
Penrose?
yes.
Thank you. And it's always in this room?
Yep. So, and if you're interested in joining, there's an application online. I can, it's on the uptonmass.gov website, and sometimes it's hard to find, but I could send it to you if you have trouble finding it.
Okay.
How about I give you my email address, and that way you can reach out if you have any questions. So my email address is C as in cat, D as in dog, W as in water at startmail.com. So that's STARTMAIL.com.
Start.
Yeah, starting a race.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who owns that?
It's a private company in like the Netherlands, I guess, but I like it because it's it's not just Google, Gmail is just like open to the, I don't know where Gmail stuff goes, but this one's like a private company, so they don't sell your information and stuff, so. So yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out, and that application is sometimes hard to find. So if you can't find it on the website, feel free to reach out and I can find it for you.
Okay.
Or you could
And then
always
I
go to
think-
the town clerk's office and say, hey, I need an application for,
I
right?
could do that too.
Yeah.
Yep, Denise Smith as the town clerk, so you could just ask her. And then I think you have to submit it to the select board, and then you just join one of the select board meetings, and they might like invite you up just to give some, background about yourself and like why you're interested in joining the commission. And if you can just say, well, you could say whatever you want, but just say, generally, you have interest in history and
Interested.
a historical house in town.
Yep.
Yeah, doesn't have to be anything crazy, so,
Great.
yeah.
All right, so I don't have to have the scroll.
no. No. Yeah, I won't be like an inquisition or anything.
Great.
so, Yeah,
Craig said he got interested in historical stuff because when he was in my first grade class, we walked down Main Street, I was pointing out, historical things.
yeah.
That
Yep.
just warmed my heart to know that I had influenced one of my students to do something I like.
Yeah, it's good you're starting in with a whole new generation.
Oh, I had so much fun with the kids yesterday. I was telling them about Memorial School, and I said, you know where your school is? Many years ago, back in the 1800s, the town voted to build a high school. I said, there was nothing on that land, so they built a high school. And I said, and then in 1944, it burned to the ground. And in the museum, we have a desk that was in that building and was one of the only things that was salvaged from the fire. Really cool. And it was donated to the museum by one of my former students,
Oh, is that right? Oh,
Aaron Hutchinson. You know
doesn't ring a bell.
You know Aaron,
Yeah.
yeah. So then I said to the children, and then for a long time, there was nothing on the land. And the town decided they needed an elementary school. So they built it right there. And they named it Memorial School, but it isn't your memorial school. It's my memorial school. And I taught there for 30 years. And the last year I was there, I looked out the window and they were building the new school in the backyard. And when we went home for summer vacation, they tore down the old school.
I missed that school. I used to be able to get onto the roof.
Oh, God.
I had to go to school in Norwich. Didn't I?
Okay, so that is the meeting. So July 16th will be
Okay.
reconvening again.